back to my channel. My name is Janet and I have lost over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet. On my channel you will find a variety of things including keto recipes, what I eat in a day on keto, and some protein sparing modified fast recipes. So if you are new here, please consider hitting that red subscribe button. We would love to have you join the family here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all of your support and welcome back. Today I am going to be sharing with you what I eat in a day. You guys love these videos, so I try to share them a couple days out of the week, especially during the month of June where I am vlogging every day. So make sure you check up on all of my videos since I am recording and uploading every day. And you guys always seem to enjoy these what I eat in a day recipes. Look at little Ivy there. So Cove is actually here for a couple days with Jenna. Jenna came down for a couple days once again because she needed to get her hair done. And her hairdresser here is a lot cheaper than the options that she has in Banff. So she was all booked up when she did come home a couple weeks ago. So that is why Jenna is now down for just a couple days once again. So she did bring Cove, and these two are best friends. They love playing with each other. They play hide and go seek all day long. So I'm gonna let them play for a little bit while I have Aries and Rosie in their kennels. And Cove gets along with Aries and Rosie. They obviously all are best friends. It's just Aries and Ivy. You know, I think it's just Aries' size, but they still are not best friends. I really think they would be best friends if Aries just wasn't so in Ivy's face. He would never hurt her or anything. It's just that he gets so excited because it's something new and he still hasn't gotten over that hump of, you know, a cat being in the house. He really gets excited to see her all of the time. So hopefully one day they will become best friends and we can all live in like perfect harmony. But until now, I'm just going to let Cove and Ivy have some playtime because Jenna has gone into town. So you guys, I am all out of my creamer, period. Like, I don't have my Silk half and half and I don't have any heavy whipping cream. So I think I'm going to skip coffee today. I did kind of get dressed today, but it has been raining for, it's been raining for like the last 4 days here now. So I haven't been able to get out for a walk. And I do mean like consistently raining and downpouring. So I haven't been able to get outside for my walk, but hopefully I think starting tomorrow it's supposed to be nice again. So I will still continue and start my walks again. If you would have seen my recent video, I have explained that I am going back to basics. I'm implementing everything that I've learned along the way with losing 100 pounds and, you know, just getting back into it and really finding that mojo again and kind of starting over. So that is what you will see a lot of the videos, especially with what I eat in a day videos. I also have done some meal prep, which you will see in a video coming up. So I think that's kind of what I'm going to have for meals today. And one of those things that I prepped was some bread. So I think I'm going to be making some French toast this morning. I don't even have bacon. I need to go grocery shopping. Tomorrow is my day that I go grocery shopping and go into town because we do live 30 minutes outside of a major city and we have no amenities where I live. So I think of a side dish to have. I actually can probably defrost some venison breakfast sausages that we made during hunting season. So I think maybe I'll have that on the side with my protein sparing modified fast French toast. So I think that's what I'm gonna have. It seems really easy and, you know, I have all the ingredients. I hate wasting, so definitely I will be incorporating that loaf of protein sparing modified fast bread into my meals for the next 3 or 4 days usually. I usually do 2 sets of meal preps. This is what I did when I was losing 100 pounds. I was meal prepping twice a week. I was eating those meals that I prepped for those 3 or 4 days, meal prepped, and then I would eat those meals that I prepped for another 3 or 4 days. And it worked perfectly. I always had meals ready. I was never thinking about what I was going to eat. I had everything planned out and I am resorting back to that. So that is what I'm going to have for my meal 1 and I will show you in the next clip when it is all completely done. I am making my breakfast on my skillet today. I thought it would just be easier. This is my French toast, 3 slices of the protein sparing modified fast bread, and I only used 1 egg with probably like 1/4 cup of egg whites. No reasoning why I didn't use 2 eggs. It's just that 1 egg is usually enough, but I did need to add a little bit of egg whites in order to coat all of them. And then this is deer sausage. So we are hunters and we have venison all year round. And this is some breakfast deer sausage that we have made. And I won't be eating all of these. This is very lean. We do mix it with some pork, burger, I guess, like ground meat. So it does contain a little bit of fat, but for the most part, this is fairly lean. And then we made this in November, December at the end of hunting season, but it is very, very good. I do like them. So this is going to finish cooking and I will show you my final plate. All right, this is meal number 1. How good does this look? Looks delicious. I don't even have any sugar-free ketchup. I really need to go grocery shopping so bad, but that's all right. We make do with what we have. I do have things that I have prepped. So this is protein sparing modified fast French toast with, I think there's 2 strawberries that I cut up on top. And then I put some Walden Farms sugar-free syrup on top. And then I also have 3 links of breakfast sausage. This is venison sausage. So that is going to be meal number 1. All right, I finished my meal number 1. It was delicious. That French toast was actually really, really good, and it definitely hit the spot. So that is a great keto meal. Simple, yet really hits your keto macros. But I also wanted to share a funny story with you. I realized that I only shared it on Instagram. I haven't shared it here on my YouTube channel. And since I was talking about Ivy, I thought I would share this story. It is a good story. So grab your tea, your coffee, and listen up. So the other morning, it was over the weekend. I forget, I want to say it was probably Saturday. And I slept in that day quite a long time. Probably, I think it was like 10 o'clock or 10:30 or something like that. And Jimmy always wakes up early. He is an early bird. So even on the weekends, he wakes up early. He sits and has his coffee. He lets the dogs out and enjoys his morning by himself and watching videos or whatever he does, right? So of course, he let out the dogs, and Ivy is roaming throughout the house now. If you don't know, Ivy is actually my youngest daughter Zoe's cat. Zoe is 19 and she lives at home going to college. And we had gotten her rescued cat from the SPCA in October for her 19th birthday. And Ivy was just in Zoe's room at the time, but now with Zoe starting a summer job and having to leave work early, and therefore she goes to bed fairly early, like 7, 8 o'clock. She found that Ivy just in her room was really getting excited and Zoe couldn't fall asleep, etc. So we decided that Ivy would be able to roam freely in the house. However, she has not been coming up when the dogs are out. We have a baby gate that separates the upstairs from the downstairs, so the dogs don't go downstairs, is mainly what we got it for. And we had thought that Ivy was knew when the dogs were out by when the gate was closed, right? So going back to that morning on Saturday morning, Jimmy was having his coffee. He came into the room and said, I'm gonna have a shower and get ready for the day. And I was like, okay, sounds good. I'm actually gonna get up myself and make myself a coffee, etc. So I got up, came out, and the dogs weren't upstairs. Like, they weren't anywhere, you know, and usually if they hear the bedroom door, and they'll come and greet me, especially if they haven't seen me all morning, and they weren't in the house. And I was like, okay, well, they must be obviously outside. So went outside and called them, and they came in. Rosie came in and stayed inside. However, Aries came to say hello quickly to me and went back outside. And Aries is my outside dog. He loves being outside, so I never thought anything of it. And I was like, I've got to go and feed Ivy because Zoe was at work. So I go downstairs, and all the time when I call for her and I'm like, you know, are you hungry? It's time to eat. She always comes running because this cat loves mealtime, right? So I get her food, I put it in her dish, and definitely when she hears the food being put in the dish, she is there right away. And she wasn't coming. And I was like, okay, she must be sleeping somewhere, you know, so I called her again. I ended up getting the bag of treats and, you know, shaking the treats because she always comes to her treats regardless. And, you know, so I'm kind of walking in the downstairs hallway and I'm like, Ivy, where are you? Like, it's time to eat. And she wasn't coming out of anywhere. So she likes to go in Jimmy's gun room, and she actually loves sleeping on the chair in that gun room. So I went in there to see if she was maybe still sleeping. She wasn't in there. And then I started to panic because I was thinking, if she's not coming to her food, and by me calling her and telling her it's time to eat and putting her food in her dish, shaking her treats, like doing all these things that she always 100% without fail always comes to us. And she wasn't coming, and I knew at that moment that she got out of the house. We have a doggy door that is on our back door that we leave open when the dogs are out, because obviously for the last 6-7 years that we've had the dogs, we've always had that doggy door. So we leave that doggy door open when the dogs are out. And until this day, Ivy has not come upstairs when the dogs have been out and upstairs and the doggy door has been open. So I panicked. I really panicked. I opened up the front door. I called her name. I shook the treats. And I literally was freaking out. Jimmy was in the shower while all this was happening. And then I go out the back door onto our deck. Now we have like a 2-tier deck. And on the top deck, when you first walk out our door, is kind of where we put our patio furniture. And then we have a lower deck where we have like the smoker and things like storage area and stuff like that. So I go out. Of course, Aries is still outside. And, you know, I'm shaking the treat, calling Ivy, and I look at Aries and I'm like, Aries, I'm like, where's Ivy, right? You know, and I swear to you guys right now, he was on the lower deck, and as soon as I said that, he sat down and he looked up. And he looked up to the roof. So I went down to the lower deck. I stood where Aries was. I looked up, and there was Ivy. I will insert the clip that I quickly recorded while I found her and while I was still trying to get her down from the roof. I will insert that clip right now. Oh my God, we have a problem. Ivy, come on, I got treats. I got treats. So by this time, when I realized that she was on the roof, I quickly got the dogs inside and to their kennels, and I was panicking. I wasn't yelling, but I was in kind of like, you know, Aries, get in the house type of voice. And Jimmy had heard me because the bathroom window was open, and I was of course in the backyard, and that's where our bathroom window is. So he called out the window and he got out of the shower. He's like, what's going on? Why are you yelling at the dogs? I'm like, Jimmy, I'm like, Ivy is on the roof. Ivy is not an outdoor cat. She stays strictly indoors. Zoe prefers it that way. That's just how she wants it. And there is a lot of feral cats in our area. So Ivy, she would probably be eaten alive. Like literally, she is such a sweetheart, and she would not do well in a tom-cat fight. So anyways, Jimmy quickly got dressed and came outside, and Ivy wasn't meowing or anything or running or moving or anything. She was literally just sitting there looking at us, watching Aries, like when Aries was outside. And luckily she was not moving at all. And so Jimmy was like, okay, I'll climb, because our deck, she was on the roof of our deck. So our deck has railings around, but they are parallel to our roof. So I was like, I don't know where a ladder is. Obviously we do have a ladder, but in the moment, you know, you're kind of panicking. So Jimmy was like, I'm gonna climb up the railing and I will grab her from the roof, because like I shown you in the video, she was just kind of on the corner. So that is exactly what he did. and he grabbed her. I then, you know, took her from him, brought her inside, and I was just so thankful that she didn't run off. I'm so surprised that she didn't run off. So obviously I think what happened, I don't even know exactly what happened, but she obviously came upstairs. Aries had seen her. I guarantee you it was probably Aries, because Rosie doesn't chase her or react in such a manner where she gets scared. They actually do get along. So I would imagine Aries seen her and ran after her, chased her, and you know, she must have figured out the doggy door. She ran through the doggy door. Aries ran through the doggy door. How she got up on the roof, I have no idea. But honestly, if it wasn't for Aries sitting and looking up on that roof, I would have never found her. I was about to get in my car and start going down, up and down the streets, because she wasn't meowing or anything, and I would have never guessed that she would be on the roof. I would have never guessed. I would think maybe up a tree, or, you know, somewhere running away from Aries, like hopping over the fence, etc., right? So that is my story that I have for you. It was sheer panic. And what we do for right now is we keep the doggy door closed all the time until we kind of figure out like what we're going to do. I just don't think it's fair to the dogs to have the doggy door closed all the time. But then on the other hand, our dogs are outside a lot, and even in the summertime, like Rosie is a Bichon Shih Tzu, and she will sit outside so long, and Shih Tzus do not have a way of cooling themselves, so I get really worried about her overheating. And Aries, like I mentioned, is always outside, and you know, when it's hot or even in the winter time, he definitely shouldn't be outside that often as he is. So for right now, we have the doggy door on the door, and we will play it by ear. But that is my story of the day. Right, it is snack time, and for my snack, what I'm gonna have, I'm not gonna show you the final product because honestly, it's not that appealing once I warm it up and mix it all together. But I am going to be warming up and having some of my nacho dip. This recipe is one of my favorites. I've been having it since I started my journey, and it will be coming out soon in a meal prep video. I promise you that video is coming out in the next couple of days. But this is what I'm going to have. I'll probably have about a good quarter of it because it does have really good macros. It is so good. I warm it up in the microwave and then I mix it all together. And it doesn't, I'll be honest, it does not look appealing once I do all of that. But that is what I am going to be having for my snack. And then I will also show you what I will be having for my second meal of the day. Meal number 2, I am keeping it simple. This is also part of my meal prep, which you will be seeing very soon, but I'm just having some rotisserie chicken, lots of nice chicken skins on that. I also have 2 drumsticks as well, and then I just have some Brussels sprouts on the side. This is going to be meal 2, and that is what I've been having lately, is 2 meals and 1 snack. And I have been incorporating the intermittent fasting, which is usually my eating window is between 12 and 6. Usually. It does vary, but I am really trying to be aware of my eating times by setting alarms, because I do get carried away with working downstairs in my office. So I am setting alarms for all of my meals, my snack, and absolutely everything, and really going back to whole, clean keto food. So that is my plan with my meals and what I am going to be eating. So let me know down below if you're interested in seeing these videos and pretty much exactly what I was eating in order to lose my 100 pounds. I do have a regain. I will be weighing in every day. I will be drinking my water as well as my electrolytes. You guys know I love the Relight electrolytes. That is my go-to. The mango is absolutely my favorite. So please make sure that you're drinking your electrolytes, taking your vitamins. I do take vitamins on a daily. I also take my potassium and magnesium. That is included with that. I take my elderberry. I take a whole bunch of vitamins every day. I have not been sick in 2.5 years. I literally have not been sick in 2.5 years. So make sure that you're taking your vitamins on a daily basis, especially if you are just starting out on your keto journey. It is so important electrolytes and collagen, you guys. I always mention that in my videos. You guys know I love Perfect Keto collagen. I also love their electrolytes that they have. My favorite electrolytes is the Light electrolytes. I always have links for both of those companies down below, so make sure you check it out. And highly, highly recommend. I cannot say how much those two things have changed my health journey. I always recommend those. Jimmy is taking both of those. He takes electrolytes and collagen. I just recommend them for anybody health-wise, not for keto. Health-wise, you need to be taking those as well. All right, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's what I eat in a day on keto. Make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button as well as the notification bell so YouTube can notify you when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.